So get yourself, you can be on the mat or on the floor, and just get yourself into good standing posture just for a moment. We'll just do a few breaths and a few moments of just focusing on our bodies, bringing our mind into a relaxed state before we start exercising. Having that sense of not being grounded through the feet, even weight through both your legs. Lengthening up through the inside of your leg without locking your knee. And just make a gentle connection with your core, your pelvis in neutral without using your buttocks. Then have that sense of your spine lengthening away from the pelvis and the neck lengthening away from the shoulders. The shoulders just open, arms lengthening by your side without creating any tension in your hands. And soften any tension in your face. And then we'll stay here for a couple of breaths. And as you breathe in to lengthen through the spine, don't bring your shoulders to your ears. Just focus your breath deep down into the rib cage. And as you breathe in, the shoulders stay down. This rib cage expands out to the side and then comes back in together as you breathe out. But keep your body still lengthened and released. Let's do a couple more breaths here. Really getting as big expansion as possible into your lungs and your rib cage expanding. So then let's just do a gentle rotation. So lift one heel and press through the toes. Just start with a gentle rotation to begin with. Don't go too far around, but still keep that sense of length in the spine. Don't start to sink into your spine. And your arms just swing and hang. Hardly controlling them at all. And then you can start to look a bit further around one shoulder to get a little bit more rotation, looking right round behind you each side. Still keep a gentle engagement in your core. And then work through the heel. So you're lifting one foot out to the side, back to the center, out to the side and back to the center. Again, still keeping length in the spine, the arms just hanging around. You can make slightly bigger movements with the arm, always sort of slapping behind you. And then we'll start to slow it down. Don't come to a full stop straight away. You can either be through the heels or through the toes, but while you're still rotating, you still keep bending your knee. Until we come back to the front. So let's do a side lunge stretch here now. So take your legs wide. Have your feet turned out, keep the pelvis around in neutral. We'll start lunging that way to begin with. So get your lunge first. The first time each side you might have to adjust your feet because as you lunge you do not want this knee going beyond your toes. This hand stops this knee from coming in and then you can bring this arm over your head. And keep this top shoulder facing up to the ceiling so you're not slightly rotating down. And then as you come back, it's initiated from the core, not from the shoulders, and back to the center. So then get the lunge first on this side. Keep this knee out using this hand, and then bring this arm over. You're thinking of lifting that bottom rib away from the hip bone and getting that stretch in your side. With this knee staying out, you're getting a stretch on the inner thigh, and then use your core to come up to the center. Arm by your side. So we'll get the lunge first, and each time you can maybe lunge a tiny bit deeper to start with. So the focus is getting the stretch on the upper side. So it's not about just getting to the floor, it's about lifting away from the waist on the upper side of your body, coming up from the core. Get your lunge. So the back leg stays straight. And at no point does the knee go beyond the toes. Let's do one more each side. So we're not hurrying it. Just really take time to get that stretch. And then come up to the center and one more the other side. And coming up. And then heel toe your feet back to hip width apart. Okay, take your weights and we're going to do some squats. So whichever weights you're going to use for your arm weights. And I'm going to come off my mat, but you can be on the mat if you wish. So you can take your feet a little bit wider than hip width here. Remember, you're not sticking out your bottom, you're going to squat straight down. So you breathe in to squats. You're sitting towards your heels. Keep your weight through the heels as you stand up. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in and out. Keep the knees, don't stop the knees from going in and out, straight down, straight up, straight down, push up and up, breathing in, out, and out. Keep going. And up. 4 more. And 1 more. And up. Good. Now bring your feet back to hip width apart. While we've got the arm weights here, let's do our arm weight series. So arms in line with the shoulders, palms down. Turn your palms up as you bring your weight in. As you straighten your arms, your palms go down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Arms out to the side, up and in, straighten and down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Into your collarbone, up to the ceiling and down to your shoulders. Straightening at the elbow each time. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Arms by your side, up to your shoulders and down to the hips. 2. No swaying in the body, use your core. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Out to the side, shoulders down as the arms come up. 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 5, sorry. Okay, second set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Out to the side, up and in, straight and down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Into the collarbone, up to the ceiling. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Arms by your side and up to your shoulders and to the hips. 3, 4, one more, 5, and out to the side. Shoulders down, just use your upper arm. 3, 4, and 5. So if you're going to swap your weights, do so now. Let's do a little wriggle in our shoulders, and let's do the third set. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Out to the side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Into your collarbone, up to the ceiling, stretching at the elbow. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. By your side, up to your shoulders and down to the hips. 2, 3, 4, 5. Out to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Excellent. Put your weights down. Let's give our arms a little stretch. So take one arm across you, just keep the shoulder down. Pull the arm across from above the elbow, but keep the shoulder down and draw the shoulder back. Still keep your pelvis in neutral, gentle engagement in your core. And then let's do our triceps on this side, either interlinking your fingers behind your head or pushing your elbow up to the ceiling to get this stretch behind your upper arm in the triceps. Don't arch your back, tummy in, hips forward. Try not to compromise your neck as well. Just lengthening the elbow up to the ceiling as much as you can. And then release. Let's do the other side. So take the arm across, draw across from above the elbow, but keep the shoulder down and draw the shoulder back. And a nice stretch there. And then the triceps on this side. Lengthening the elbow out, getting every last bit of stretch out that you can. And release. Good. So we're going to come down onto the mat and we're going to do the hundreds with our weights. So if you're using heavy weights for the arm series, then you might want slightly lighter weights for the hundreds. And because this is an intermediate class, we're going to do the full 100. So at any point, if you find that staying up is putting any pressure on your neck, either engage a bit more from these upper abdominals, or just get your head back on the cushion for a breath or two and then rejoin. If you feel any discomfort in your lower back, either let your legs come higher or come back into a double knee fold and then either stay there or go back into your original position at some point. So don't put any strain on your body. So roll yourself back one vertebra at a time. Get your pelvis in neutral. And then come into your double knee fold using your core. Bring your knees together, your ankles together. Your feet are just softly pointed. At no point do you flex them. Arms by your side. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, curl yourself up, lengthen, raise your arms and extend your legs. And breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5, and in. 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 20. In. 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 30. In. 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 40. In. 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 50. In. 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 60. In. 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 70. In. 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 80. In. 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 90. In. 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 100. Bend your knees in. Curl yourself back down. Hug your knees into your chest. Well done, everybody. What a good start to the week. Keep your knees together, hands on your knees, and do some little circles around the outside of the pelvis and the lower back. Get a nice little massage there. As your knees come up to the center, just really draw them in towards your chest and do a few more on in the opposite direction. And then finish with the knees in the center, hugging them in. And then using your core, come out of your double knee fold. So put your weights to one side. If you're using a ball for your core work, then get your ball now. And we're going to do like a single leg stretch with the legs on the ball. So I shall show you. So get the ball under the pelvis. Remember not to arch your back, so use your core, tuck your pelvis around, and then come into your double knee fold. So you can have your arms by your side, or one arm around your waist, or both arms around your waist. So we're going to do the legs, just the legs of the single leg stretch. So you just lengthen one leg away, and use your core to draw that knee in above the hip. And then breathing out to lengthen away, breathing in to come back, breathing out, breathing in, using your core to keep you stable. And we'll just keep going, stretching that leg, really stretch behind the knee, and then use the core to draw the leg back in. So you can go a little bit higher if you want, or lower. Lower is slightly harder, especially if you're on the ball. You have to really take your time. You can do it a bit more quickly if you're not on the ball, but don't let your pelvis come out of neutral. We're going to do 2 more on each side. And 1 more on each side. And then hug your knees into your chest. Okay, so we'll do a little bit more core work. So come back to the knees above the hips, hip width apart. And then point one foot up to the ceiling. Lower that leg towards the floor. The lower you get the leg without the pelvis shifting in any way, you start to get a gentle stretch above the top of your thigh into your hip. Bring the leg up to the ceiling and back into a knee fold. Breathe in, point up. Breathe out, lower. The other knee stays above its hip. If you lower the leg, your pelvis does not come out of neutral. Up to the ceiling and back in. So we're going to do 10 of these. There'll be 5 on each side. So if you're not on the ball, you can probably take the leg a little bit lower, but don't let the pelvis come out of neutral. And draw the core in as you bring the leg up, and it's the core that's keeping the pelvis back in neutral as you lower the leg down. And I'm going to do one more on each side. And last one. And then back into your both legs, knees bent, and then come out of your double knee fold, always using your core. Lift the pelvis up, take the ball away, and curl your spine back down onto the mat. Okay, we're going to do one more curl up exercise. We're going to do the double leg stretch. So come back into a double knee fold. You're not on the ball for this. And you have your knees shoulder width apart and your feet together, toes softly pointed. So we're going to have our hands on our knees to start with. We're going to come up on an in-breath. So take a breath in. As you breathe out, just really pull in your core. Breathe in, curl yourself up and point your legs. Your arms should be by your knees. And then flex the feet, bring the arms back above the shoulders, circle your arms around and point your feet again. And then coming back down on an out breath, breathing in to curl up. Breathe out. Breathe in an extra curl up from these abdominals. Breathe out to come back to the mat. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in and out. Breathing in. Breathing out. And in and out. Really pull in those abdominals. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. 3 more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in. Curl up right to the tips of the shoulder blades. Stay curled up as you bring your arms back. And extra curl up as you bring your hands back round by your knees. Last one. Breathing in and out. And in and out. Curl yourself back down and hug your knees into your chest. Good. I hope you felt that in the abdominals and not in the neck. Hug your knees in, and then using your core, come out of your double knee fold. We're going to come back to standing, so lengthen one leg, then the other, hands on your thighs. Curl yourself up. Sit tall. Let's get a nice stretch over our legs while we're here, lengthening from your lower back. Get that really good stretch over the legs. And then restack your spine, sitting tall. So come to standing without using your arms if you can. And we're going to do our roll downs going into plank. We're going to just do 3 sets with your press ups, up to 10, no more. And then we're going to come back into our normal downward dog, and we're going to take one leg up to the ceiling, that comes down, and then the other leg up, and then we walk our hands back to our feet. So there's a slight variation on what we've done before, but you can follow me as we go through. So starting in good standing posture, pelvis in neutral without using the buttocks, nice little engagement with the core. As you lengthen through the spine, breathing in, and then start your roll down on your out breath, and then just breathe. We're going to hang at the bottom of each roll down to get a nice stretch and opening in our back and the back of our legs. So just hang here with your head as heavy as it can be, your arms nice and relaxed, shoulders not coming up to your ears, feeling nice and grounded through your heels and lengthening your buttocks away from those heels. And now walk yourself into your plank. You can hold the plank or add some press-ups, entirely up to you. Press-ups by just bending the elbow, then straightening it. You're not dipping in the middle, you're not dropping your neck. I'm going to do one more. And then get a nice long downward dog stretch here first. Head towards the mat, hips up to the ceiling, reaching the heels in the direction of the mat. And now walk your hands back into your normal downward dog. So then bring one leg up to the ceiling. Just get that stretch. And then bring that leg down. Now your hips are staying parallel to the floor, so you're not lifting the hip of the side you're lifting the leg, just the leg. And then back down. And then heels towards the floor. Walk your hands all the way back. Let's hold on to the back of our legs and flatten out our body towards our legs. And then just let the arms hang, head hang. Scoop in your core, tap the pelvis around, and come all the way back up. Just standing. So 2 more of those in your own time. So you don't have to go at the same pace as me. But don't compromise the roll down. Just let your head hang, your arms hanging, shoulders relaxed. Staying down here for a breath or even a couple, and focus that breath into your back. Feel the back of your ribcage expanding as you breathe in, without the shoulders coming up to your ears in any way. Then when you're ready, you walk yourself into your plank. You can add press-ups. Keep your tummy pulled in. Come into your long downward dog stretch here, getting your head towards the mat, heels towards the mat, bottom and hips up to the ceiling, and then coming back into your normal downward dog on tiptoes. Then bring one leg up to the ceiling, but not the hip. Keep the hips level, stretching it up. And then coming back, and then the other leg up, and back. Both heels towards the mat. Walk your hands back towards your feet. Hold on to wherever you can reach. And flatten out your back and your body towards your legs. And then roll yourself back up. So 1 more in your own time. So you don't have to hurry this. Just hanging at the bottom. Again, focusing your breath into your back. Before you walk yourself into your plank. And you can vary the number of press-ups you do each time. You don't have to do the same number. You don't have to do them so deep. I'm going to do 2 more. Into your long downward dog stretch. Each time getting a bit more of a stretch. And then walk yourself back into your normal downward dog. And then bring one leg up. Stretching up as much as you can. Back down. And the other leg up. And back down. Both heels to the floor, the mat. Walk your hands back.
And flatten out your body. You're also getting such a good stretch in your hamstrings, the back of your leg, behind your knee. So make sure you've got straight legs at this point. Even if your arms are slightly higher behind your leg, then let your arms drop. Scooping in your core, working from the pelvis.
Come all the way up. Right, good. Okay, so we're going to roll down and then go into 4-point kneeling, and we're going to do a lunge stretch from 4-point kneeling. So breathe in to lengthen through your spine, and then roll yourself down. So you're getting an extra roll down here. Obviously, whenever you can't reach the mat from a straight roll down, then obviously here you would now have to bend your knees so your hands can reach the mat and come into your 4-point kneeling. So we're going to do a lunge stretch on each side, and then we're going to go into pigeon. So let's start by bringing the left foot between your hands and take your right leg away. You might need to come a bit further forward on the mat. So you take the leg away. So just glance around to check that your right leg is still in line with the right hip. And that when you lunge forward on your left knee, it doesn't come beyond your toes. If it does, take your foot a bit further. And then come onto your fingertips to start and lunge a little bit more. And then bring your hands onto your knee, your left knee, and lunge a bit more. So you're getting a stretch on the inside of the left inner thigh, but also the front of the right hip. So for those that want the extra challenge, just tuck your right toes under and you're not lifting yourself right up, you're just straightening the knee. And then you're bringing your arms up if you want another challenge. Then bring your hands back onto your knee. Drop your right knee down, untuck your toes. And then put your hands back on the mat, but nearer to your right knee now. And then just rock back so you start to straighten that left leg. And then you can turn the left foot in and out and in. Keeping the left leg straight. Do one more each way. And then come back and back into your 4-point kneeling. So let's do the same with the right foot. So bring the right foot up between your hands, lengthen your left leg away in line with the left hip. So just glance around so that it's in line. And then lunge forward on the right knee, but making sure the knee doesn't go beyond your toes. Come onto your tips of your fingers to get a bit more of a lunge. And then put your hands on your right knee and take that lunge a little bit further. And now tuck your left toes under this. You don't have to do this one, you can stay where you are. Just straighten that left leg and bring your right arms up. Then bring your hands back onto your right knee, drop your left knee, untuck the toes. Hands back on the mat but nearer to your left knee now. Rock your body back so you straighten behind the right leg. Bring the toes up and bring your body down towards that right leg. And then just rotating through the heel. The toes come to midline and then away from the body, into the midline and out and in and out and then back to the center and then rock forward. So we're going to go into our pigeon from here. So we're going back to do the other side after that. So take your right foot between your left hand and your left knee. Take your left leg away a little bit more and then come onto your elbows. So you can stay here if that's quite strong enough, or you can gradually go a little bit lower by taking your arms long and then your head onto the mat. The point of that stretch is quite enough, just stay there. And we're going to stay here for quite a few breaths, so really try and let your body relax into this. You can just play around a little bit with the hips to see if by moving in a certain way you get a slightly stronger stretch for your body. So work out where you get your best stretch, and we'll just stay here and nicely relax for a few breaths.
Just allowing those muscles to release. If you stay tense, the muscles won't get that message to let go. And then we come out of this slowly. So come back onto your hands, then release the right leg and come back into 4-point kneeling. So let's do the other side now. So take the left foot between the right wrist and the right knee. Take the right leg away. Come onto your elbows. Remember, each side is different. So one side you might be able to go a lot further and the other side not so much. So just again, listen to your body. And then to take it a bit further, you just lengthen your arms away and try and get your head back onto the mat. And again, you can play with the hips a touch to find out where your best stretch is, but try and stay completely relaxed. If you're not relaxed, you're taking the stretch just a little bit too far, so just take it back a level. And then once you release it at that level, then you can take it a little bit stronger. But don't ever force the body. It can't be forced to release. You have to allow it to release. So still keep nice, gentle breathing here. And then slowly come out of it and release that knee. Okay, so let's come into a rest position from here. So knees wide, feet together. Just drop your bottom back onto your heels, your arms above your head with your elbows off the mat, so your arms are straight and your head is between your arms. We're going to do a couple of side stretches here. So you're going to keep your head between your arms and your arms parallel. And then we're going to walk our arms around to the right. And for our arms to stay parallel, the left arm has to travel a bit further. Still keep sitting on your heels. We're going to do 2 each side, so don't force the first one. And then we're going to stay here. So with the left arm having travelled further than the right, you get a really good stretch on the left side of the body. And focus your breath into the rib cage on that side. Just maximise that stretch. And then we walk your hands back to the centre, keeping your head and your arms as one unit, and then walk your hands around over to the left. So now your right arm has to travel a little bit further. Keep your head between your arms straight, sitting on your heels. Now focus your breath into the right side of your rib cage to get a good stretch. And we're going to do one more on each side. So if one side is significantly tighter or even a little bit tighter, you can stay there for an extra breath. So do one more in your own time, one more on each side in your own time. Remember that your arms have to stay level. So if you've gone over to the right, your left arm will have to travel further. And still keep your head right between your arms and your arms straight, not lifting your bottom from where it was before. And breathe into this side for your stretch. And then walk your hands back to the center. And go the other way. And then coming back to the middle. And then using your core, not your shoulders, start to restack your spine, sitting on your heels. Well done. There's a few good stretches there. So let's do a little bit of back work now. We're going to do the dart and then we're going to go into the Cobra. So with the dart, it's all about the strength in the back, and with the Cobra, it's the strength and getting that flexion. So get into your dart position. Excuse me. Get your little head cushion so you've got some clearance for your nose. Remember not to compress your chest up towards your throat. So the forehead on the cushion, Your feet are with your toes together, relax your heels apart, and just check you've let go of all the tension in your buttocks. Arms by your side, palms facing the ceiling. Forehead down. Remember, you're just using the muscles between your shoulder blades, so your neck stays in line with your upper back. So take a breath in to prepare. As you breathe out, pull in your core, bring your legs together, rotate your arms, and use the muscles between the shoulder blades to lift your chest away from the mat. Stay here, take a breath in, think about your spine lengthening away from the lower back, and then as you breathe out, you lower your chest, palms back to facing the ceiling, and relax your legs out to the side. So each time, check you've completely relaxed your buttocks and your legs out to the side. Take a breath in. Breathe out. Pull in your core, rotate your legs, draw your arms by your side, and then your chest comes away. So have that sense of your legs lengthening away in one direction and your upper body in the opposite. Your lift trying to get the least amount of pressure on your lower part of the front of the rib cage, and then you come back down. Take a breath in. Breathe out. Pull in your core, squeeze your legs together, rotate your arms, draw your arms by your side, and lift your chest away, lifting the bottom ribs away a little bit, and then come back down. Okay, we're going to add a little challenge to the next three. Take a breath in. Breathe out. Pull in your core, bring your legs together, rotate your arms, and come into your dart. Stay here, take a breath in. As you breathe out, bring your arms out to the side, but don't bring your chest down to the mat. Breathe in, draw your arms by your side, get extra length in your upper body, and breathe out, lower your chest, relax your legs, relax your arms. Two more like that. Breathing in, breathing out. Come into your dart. Stay here, take a breath in. Breathe out, bring your arms to the side, to your shoulders. Breathe in, draw and lengthen your body a little bit further away from your lower back. And breathe out to lower your chest back down. One more. Take a breath in. Breathe out. Pull in your core. Bring your legs together. Arms drawing down by your side. Connecting with your side back muscles. Come into your dart. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathing in. And breathing out. So now come into your starting position for your Cobra. So the Cobra, you're still using the muscles between the shoulder blades, but now you're doing it one vertebra at a time rather than the whole of that section working together. So you're trying to get a nice backward curve in your spine. So your legs are wider than your hips, heels towards each other, toes away. Forehead onto the mat and your arms nice and wide. You don't want your hands close because you'll just get all squashed up in the front of your shoulders. So have your shoulders open across the front, away from your ears, and your thumb roughly in line with your eye. So take a breath in. As you breathe out, pull in your core, not your buttocks on this one. Roll your imaginary marble away so it can roll off the front of your mat. Now I've got a nice little curve in my neck, and now I'm using the muscles from the base of my neck working down between my shoulder blades. And then when I need to put a little bit of weight through my hand, I can come up a bit more. But my back doesn't want to come up any further than this on the first one. Stay here for a full breath at the top of each of your Cobras, and then keep your core pulled in, tummy scooped in, get your elbows down on the mat when you can. Don't use your buttocks. And then you lengthen your spine back onto the mat from the base, ending with the neck and your head. So we're going to do 5 more of those, so just do them in your own time. Get the start with rolling that marble to get the little curve in your neck, and then just use the muscles between the shoulder blades to bring your chest off the mat as far as you can before you start using your hands. You're not pushing through your hands, you're just using your hands for a support, but you're still working from the muscles between the shoulder blades. The hip bones stay on the mat and you're lengthening away from the lower back. Shoulders stay away and open. Stay up for a full breath in your Cobra, so you allow the muscles to adapt to that position as you come down, scooping in your core, all your tummy muscles, elbows down when you can, and then lengthening the rest of the spine, ending with the neck and the head.
the emphasis is on using those muscles between the shoulder blades and then transferring your weight into your hands, not just pushing off with your hands. Always lengthening the spine away from your lower back, so you're not putting any compression into your lower back. Buttocks stay relaxed, core stays switched on. And as soon as you get your elbows on the mat, then the quicker you start using the muscles between your shoulder blades. Each time getting a little bit more a backward curve, but the hips staying down and lengthening away from those hips. I'm going to do one more. And then coming back down. So when you're ready, when you've finished off your last one, come just very briefly into the rest position. Whenever we've taken our back into flexion, into extension, we bring it quickly into flexion. So couple of nice deep breaths into your back when you're in your rest position. Feeling your ribcage expanding at the back. And then sitting on your heels, restacking your spine to sit nice and tall. Okay, so we're going to do our leg stretches with the band now. So get your head cushion if you need it. And get your band. So let's start with the right leg. So wrap the band around your right foot. Keep the pelvis grounded. Have one end of the band in each hand, and then use that band to bring your leg towards being above your right hip. So your foot is flexed, straight behind the knee, even if it means your leg isn't quite so high. You need to stretch behind the knee, and we'll stay here for a few breaths. Keep reaching that heel up to the ceiling. Keep drawing the front of the foot down towards your body. And now working from the outside of the right ankle, turn the sole of your foot in. And then if you need to increase the stretch, take the leg a few inches across the body, but don't bend at the knee. And now bring your leg back above the hip. And now you're going to take the leg out to the side away from you. Now both ends of the band in your right hand now. And your right foot is pointed and the right leg is turned out from the top of the thigh. And the left knee is out in the opposite direction, keeping it bent. So you will lose neutral slightly here. But with this knee out to the side, it helps counterbalance that. And then take your right foot down towards the floor. Check your wrist alignment, that you've still got a straight line between the back of your hand and the back of your forearm. Keep the right leg turned out. And just experiment where you get your best stretch on the inside of your thigh. And the lower you have your foot to the floor, the more you feel that connection going up where the muscles attached to the pubic bone, the front of the pubic bone. And we'll just relax into here for a few breaths. And then bend your knee into your body to bring it back above the hip. Then you're not arching your back. Your left knee comes up in line with the left hip. So back to a flexed right foot and both ends of the band in your left hand. So then without letting your right hip roll off in any way, just bring your right leg across the body. You won't necessarily take it that far, but you get a really good stretch down the outside of the hamstring and the outside of the calf. Both ends of the band are in your left hand, if I forgot to say that. And now you can relax the bent left knee out of the way and slowly let the right hip come off, but keep the right shoulder on the mat. So your right arm can be by your side with the palm down to help stabilize that shoulder. And you're aiming for your right leg to be parallel to the floor. And again, watch your wrist alignment in your left hand and your line of pull on the band. You're not yanking it, but just you're aiming for your right foot to go in the direction of your left shoulder. But your right shoulder stays relaxed on the mat. And we'll stay here for quite a few breaths. So really allow your body to release itself. So let the band support your leg. Let your leg go of any tension. Visualize your breath into any area of tension and allow it to release. Visualize it releasing. Keep reaching away through the heel. Keep straight behind the knee. And now bend your right knee into your chest. Use your core. Get your back on the mat from the top to the bottom. Never arch your back. And then let's swap over in midair and do the left foot. Dropping the right foot down onto the mat in line with the right hip. And back to holding the band one end in each hand. So a straight leg, straight left leg reaching away through the heel. Front of the foot being pulled down towards you. And then use the band to gently encourage the leg further above the hip. But you're not lifting the pelvis in any way. You're lengthening the heel away from the mat, away from your buttock. And now working from the outside of your ankle, turn the sole of your left foot in. If you need to increase the stretch, you take the leg across your body without bending the knee, without letting your left hip roll off in any way. Now take both ends of the band in your left hand, point your left foot, take your left leg out to the side away from you, relaxing your bent right knee in the opposite way. So pointing the left foot and turn the left leg out from the top of the thigh. Get a gentle stretch in both your inner thighs and experiment getting your left foot down towards the mat or the floor to try and get that stretch slightly higher up into the inner thigh. But keeping the leg turned out. And now bend your left knee as you bring it back above the hip and then straighten it again, bringing your right knee back up in line. So back to a flexed left foot and both ends of the band in your right hand now. So now just take the leg across the body without the left hip coming off to begin with. Keep reaching away through the heel and keep straight behind the knee. You're not going to take it that far. You get a very strong stretch quite quickly. And now you can relax the bent right knee out of the way and slowly let that left hip come off, but the left shoulder blade stays grounded on the mat. Aiming for your left leg to be parallel to the floor. Check your wrist alignment on the right. And keep flexed behind on your left foot, reaching away through your heel. Keep straight behind the knee. And your line of pull now is your left foot towards your right shoulder. And we'll just relax into this. So just let your body go here. Focusing your breath into any area of tension. Allow that to release. Your shoulders totally relaxed on the mat. Make sure your face is nice and soft. And a few more breaths here, just relaxing into it. And now bend your left knee into your body, use your core, come back to the center and take the band away. So we're going to finish in the relaxation position with some arm circles. So just keeping nice and relaxed. Just check. I'm going to come down so I'm not too near any of my props there. So arms by your side. So using your breath, still keep everything soft. So don't bring any tension into your face. Your shoulders stay relaxed and open. No tension in your knees or your thighs or your buttocks, but the pelvis just relaxing in neutral. So breathe in, bring your arms all the way behind your head without arching your back. So keep the rib cage on the mat and just see how far your arms can go without arching your back. And then as you breathe out, take your arms out to the side as near to the floor as your shoulder socket will allow, and right back into your hips. So it should come low into the hips. So breathing in to bring your arms all the way up and behind. Have that sense of lengthen your arms without your shoulders coming up towards your ears. And breathing out, circling your arms back round by your side as low to the floor as possible. Breathing in. And let's stay with our arms above our head here for another in and an out breath. And then an in, and then we'll come back, finish the circle off on the following out breath, just to really open up behind those shoulders. Keep the arms reasonably near your ears. And then circle back round by your side. So depending on how tight you are around the shoulder, the back of the shoulder blade, you can stay here for a couple of breaths or just do continuous flowing circles. I'm going to do 2 more in this direction. So still have that sense of length in your fingers as well. Energy running all the way up your arms beyond your fingertips, but without creating any tension. Keeping the face soft. And then let's do some arm circles in the opposite direction. So breathe in, take your arms, stretch them out to the side. Shoulders stay away from your ears as you bring your arms above your head, right towards your ears, and then bring your arms up and over. Keep nice and open across the front of the shoulders. Don't close in there. Bring your arms all the way to the mat. So breathing in, stretching, stretch the fingers as well, all the way behind you, keeping as near to the floor as your shoulder socket will allow. Breathing out to bring your arms back by your side. So just continue at your own pace. The movement in your arm is being initiated from your upper arm, so don't do anything deliberate with your wrists. Initiate the movement of the upper arm and the wrists will change position, the hands will change position automatically. You don't have to do anything. I'm going to do 2 more circles in this direction. Nice deep in breath and then full out breath. And then when you're ready, lengthen one leg, lengthen the other leg, put your hands on your thighs and slowly roll yourself up to sitting or come onto your side to sitting if your back is not feeling very good today. Come all the way forward. When your shoulders are above your hips, sit tall and then lengthen from your lower back, holding on to wherever you can reach. Keep the shoulders relaxed, the head relaxed, so just lengthen your body over your legs. And focus your breath into your back here. Feeling your rib cage expanding at the back as you breathe in. One more. And then walk your hands back up your legs and restack your spine to sitting nice and tall. Well done, everybody. Really good start to the week.